So I'm Doug Garrett from BoardGameGeek TV. Over on the side is Shelley.
Hi.
And we have joining us, publishing a game from Argentum Verlag, is Michael Schacht.
Hi.
Coney Island. So tell us about Coney Island here, Michael.
Okay, it's an American-themed game. It's about an amusement park, a very famous Coney Island park.
Yes, on the East Coast, yeah.
Yeah, and we're starting with a flat building site. There's nothing actually there. And we have 4 families, up to 4 families, 2 to 4,
Okay.
that will develop this area.
So we're building the amusement park here.
Exactly.
Okay,
Nice.
all right.
So finally we do some things together, as we are all a big family.
Uh-huh.
But in a way, everyone looks for himself to be the most attractive in this park. The most attractive points.
Okay.
That's what's the game about, to at the end to have the most attraction points. So, what we do is a classic round-based game. So everyone does his turn, then the next one left has his own turn.
Okay.
And what we have are 2 big phases. The first one is income.
Okay.
So income is defined on what we have here on the board.
On our player board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So 3 wagons where we live, so it's something like the family board in a way.
So little wagons on down here, okay.
Exactly.
Different
And
shapes that go in each one.
And each wagon stands for a specific type of income.
Okay.
So the first one is attraction points. So you see at the beginning you already have some income. So you get already 1 point, because what is visible, that is what you get.
Okay.
So 1 point. If it's purple, if it's my turn, I'm the starting player, I get 1 point.
Okay.
Next thing is I get 1 money. Money, of course, is important, and as well, so you start with 1 randomly drawn one, and now we're in the income phase, and you draw another one.
And there are 2 different colors of the this is for the
construction.
construction. All right.
Okay.
So building materials.
Building materials. So we
Yes.
have a red and we have a white building
Okay.
material. See all in these bag. So it's 50-50.
All right.
Okay. So the income phase. If the income phase is done, then you have your action phase. And they have various kind of actions you can do. So the most important, or the action you can do always, the main actions called in the rule, are these 3 mentioned on the bottom of the board. So you always can place one of these building site tiles.
Okay.
So here's a pile, and if you want to choose this action, you can place it somewhere adjacent, orthogonally adjacent to what is already there.
All right. Orthogonally adjacent, not here, but
Exactly.
orthogonal. Okay.
So depending on where you will put it, you have different costs. Some
Okay.
cost
So
1.
costs are right here in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you place it, for example, here, I pay 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the bank, and I get 2 points.
2 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have different advantages, which I will later talk about when we talk about the other actions we can do. Okay. So one possible action I can do, because I need some space where I can build my attractions. I can't do it on the grass. I have to develop at first the building site and then put attractions on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
yes.
that's the second action.
Uh-huh.
So I have 3 types of attractions. So if you look here, you have different little nice things, like someone who sells balloons and
Ice cream.
Right.
all
Okay.
that stuff.
Weightlifter and stuff like that.
Pretzels.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Cute.
So these are the lower valued ones, and these are the higher valued ones.
In a
right?
way,
Yeah.
it costs more. So
Costs more.
from the top to the bottom, you have to spend more of these building materials. The different illustrations on that tiles are not that important. It's more for the mood.
Yeah.
The main thing is that you have three different types. So if you want to choose this action, you can do that if you can pay the development costs. So you have to pay 1 red for attraction. for the attraction on top. So put it back in the bag and put this wherever you like. For example, here.
On the tan portion.
You see, we have some with 3 spaces and some with 4 spaces, so they all mixed up. And some places are better, some not so good, but we will not see that at that point of the instructions.
And it's important that this, even though it's in line here, this is associated with this.
It's connected to
cart.
the wagon. You see
that
it's
wagon.
Sure.
Yeah.
So here you can see the next one will cost 1 white and 1 3 red. And the next one 2 white and 1 red.
2 white and a red. Okay.
So depending on what you want to have and what you have in building material.
Yeah.
If I build that red, of course I will earn more victory points, which means attraction points in the income phase.
Yes.
Because next time
at the start of the turn, your next turn,
I will get 2 points instead of 1.
Perfect.
So if I will build more, so I will have up to 4 points. Every round I collect.
And so if you choose this action, you choose which one of these things to do. Okay.
Exactly. So if I build this one, I have, as I said, to pay a red and a 1, and then I increase my income in money.
Yep.
Also here I increase my income in building materials.
Right.
So some of the last spaces are special places. So you see here you get an additional point.
Okay.
If you have built all these attractions. This is an extra action I will talk a bit later about. So, okay, so these are the 3 main actions I can always do, but all of these just one time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can, for example, do all these 3 actions. Then the next player is income, and then the extra space, and so on. But there are more actions I can do. These are the secondary actions or something like that? I forgot this one.
Yep.
Very good.
We'll catch each other. That's good.
Yeah. So this is the thing where other players already have some role, because these are the grand attractions which are prepared here. So this is the common stock of grand attractions. If you look on the other side, there are things like that. Yeah. Roller coaster.
Oh, roller coaster. Nice. There we go.
But it makes sense to see it this way, because here is what you have to fulfill to can build this. There are 2 aspects which have to be followed. One is you have to pay a lot of
construction,
building
materials. Yeah.
The second thing is the number of players who have to be involved.
Oh, okay.
So at the moment it's all about one or more. It's 1 plus. Yeah. So for example, if I want to build this one, I just have to pay 2 red. If I can do that, I build this over an already existing. So I just have to build it over 1 existing, which makes sense because it's just a 1.
Yes, exactly. Sure.
But if you look for this, you already have to have 2 of these minor attractions to build a grand one on it. So at the moment it's not possible.
No.
Yes.
So I have to build, for example, before something here, and then I can place this
and
here.
And only on your own?
No, it's also possible to build it on any player you like.
We're working together on this.
So, in this case, me gets the points, because everything I do is mainly about the points. So I pay red to white.
2 whites,
I remove these and place this instead, and then I get, as the one who builds the grand attraction, 4 points.
4 points,
plus the points for the things I remove. So this additional 2 and 1, so 7 points in total.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I get for a grand attraction. So afterwards, this one will be like this. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, we have some more, and you will see if you already built some, the number of players involved will rise. So now we have to have 2 players involved in that thing. So now it gets a bit more strategic. If I place here, of course I have to look what the people can do, and then I can build like this.
Build that,
for example.
okay.
Then all what I build will come back to my.
Oh, so you'll get less.
So the income will go down.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
for example, if I build over an expensive of yours and you get just the 3 points, can be painful for you because you lose your all what you've done. Of course, you get some points.
Yeah, but I was expecting
of,
certain things when it was going on. Yeah, so
you
do
lose
you
some
have
of your
to be
income.
able to pay the amount yourself, or can you make the other person contribute to the payment?
no, I think it's just you have to do the payment.
Ah,
I have to if I do the action, I have to
You
do
have
the
to be
payment.
able to pay, okay.
So the payment is always to the bank or to the bag.
Yeah.
So I get the points for building the grand attraction, and everyone who gets overbuilt gets the point for his minor attractions.
Right, and it's the points that are on here
exactly.
that they then get, but then it comes back to the player board.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
Nice.
you start with less players, you get a lot of points, but then you have to have more players. 2 or more is
When
the
it says
highest.
1 plus, this is 1, or it could be more people?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Up to 4.
Up to 4, okay, all right, cool.
So this is a 4 places.
Whereas this
trial.
is a forced, it has to be 2.
Exactly.
Got it.
Otherwise,
Okay.
otherwise you can't build. So
All right.
there's some that defines some things you have to look for because you always see what is possible and what not.
Now, okay, so moving from there,
The major attractions.
Yeah.
So these are the minor attractions. Actions I can do.
Okay.
So these are 5 character cards which I can force to help me by giving some money to the bank. So you see, you have to pay 2, and
So
then
paying is in the upper left corner,
And so this is not an action. You just pay 2, and then you have it.
Ah, okay.
Then you can do an action if you like, as long as you have this one. So this is something like Bürgermeister, the major, or something like that.
The mayor,
or
the mayor of
maybe
the
the
town,
patrona, or I don't
okay,
know,
yeah,
something like
patron
that.
of the town.
So and if you buy someone, he helps you for doing all the things you want to do.
Right.
So in this case, you can change the color of one of these.
Okay, building materials.
This
And that's not a random draw. It is look in the bag.
No, it's just like if you have these 2.
Yeah.
But you want to have 2 red ones.
Yeah. So
Then you can change.
Oh, it's.
Yeah.
Since there's only those
just-
2
You
colors,
can do it
yeah.
virtually.
Oh, okay.
Just as a red one, or you could put it inside and take a red one instead.
Got
So
it. Okay.
that's the way it works.
All right.
So you pay the 2, and then it's yours. If you have more money, you can of course buy more.
Uh-huh.
And these stay until the end of the game with you.
Okay.
If not, someone else will buy them.
Oh.
Later you can buy if you like and have the
But
money.
I pay you, right?
No, it's always
to the
to the
bank.
bank.
Ah,
Always
okay.
to the bank.
Always to the
So
bank.
as long as they are with me, I can do these actions.
I see.
And I just have to play one time the two money,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
and then they are with me as long as no one
Nobody
else
buys
wants
them.
them.
But
So
everybody
and the
will
next
try to
time I
do them.
want to do again the action, I don't have to pay again. I just do it.
Nice.
So if I have all 5 during the game, it's cool because I can all do that.
You do everything.
But you won't do that.
No,
of course
we
not.
won't
No.
let you.
We wouldn't let you do that,
No.
Michael. No, that would be wrong.
So what are the others? So this is paying money to get points.
Victory points. Uh-huh.
This is spending points to get these. Yeah.
Building
So-
materials.
Paying money to get
Building
this
material?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was points for
Yeah.
building material. Money for building materials, and this is paying building materials for these newspapers.
Oh, the last little bit here. Yes.
Yeah. And these are there are 2 parts in a pile. These are different colors.
Oh, okay.
The first parts are 2 or 3 victory points, depending on
What you draw there.
what you
Uh-huh.
draw. So
okay.
it gets less. So downwards you have 2 or 1.
Oh, okay. So the top ones are better than the ones that are
So
lower.
these you can collect secretly until the end of the game.
Gotcha.
This is the last of these action you can do. But with these you can do something else. As I mentioned before,
One last thing.
very important point in the game is that you can do every action just one time in a turn. So
Yeah.
these just one time. But you can spend one of these collected ones, and this is this symbol,
Okay.
to
Do another
an
action.
additional action. So then you can do something a second time.
All right.
Yeah. The same is if you build on fields like this, where you can see this
An extra
symbol,
action as well.
Yeah. Or if you build all these things on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It's
It's
down
this
here.
one.
In the
Yeah, it's down
prototype, it's down here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you
last
can do
one.
it every round.
Every round you get an
Oh,
additional
an
action as
extra
long as it's uncovered.
Nice.
So,
So someone might try to get that
What triggers the end of the game then,
Okay.
Michael?
the end, there are four possibilities
Okay.
to end the game. One is that this pile is gone.
Okay. And do we
Then
finish the round
if
out?
we finish the round, so that's
Okay.
the reason why we
Sure.
have the starting
Yeah.
player, so you will be the last in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is someone reaches 60 points.
60 points,
Yeah.
so we got the little thing there.
We
Okay.
count further, but if someone reaches a 60, then we're in the last round.
All right.
So if all these are built, and there's some just I think 6 places left to build on the board, then this is the third one, and the fourth one I forgot.
No,
No, at the moment I'm not sure.
that's okay.
So there's some little
Yeah.
infos which are quite important. You
Okay.
have a limit. You have 5 of these or 5 money. So if you have more, you immediately have to discard it. Okay.
So not at the end of your turn, but
every turn, in the
during
moment,
the turn,
in
yeah,
the income
okay.
phase finally.
Okay. All
So
right.
the other thing is what I wanted to also to mention.
There's this little symbol here on the board.
Yeah.
This little flag is that anything in particular? It says something about -2 points.
It's exactly. We talked about game end, and
Yes.
then we have to look what's still on the board, and this is a very important part of the game as well. So if we have some of these things left at the end of the game, it's not good to have all these minor attractions, because
wanna
we
have the big
already have
attractions.
all this big stuff, and so it's more so. They have just minor stuff, so so you get -2 points for each of these minor attractions.
For each of these
That
that
are-
are
that are
still on the
still
board.
on-
So in the end, you have to have a look that you get rid of these by overbuilding.
I see.
So then
But
you
by
will-
overbuilding, they've come back here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
the
Good
game is a lot of
balance. I love it.
lot
Back
of
and forth.
balancing of timing,
Yeah.
Yes.
because if you do some big things, then you fall very deep,
Yes.
and maybe it's the wrong phase of the game
Right,
where
right,
the others
right.
have to be set under pressure or something like that.
All right.
So that's mainly how it works. The interesting thing in the game is that you have a lot of ways to win the game.
Yes.
It's
And I like that you have to work with the others and kind of mess around with what they're
Yeah.
doing
Right.
as you go
you have
through.
to look where you place, because then you open up possibilities to build the grand attractions or not.
Yes.
And in the end game, you maybe will prevent that someone will get rid of his minor attractions by
Right.
overbuilding in a specific way and things like that. And the game is for 40 to 60 minutes,
Okay.
Perfect.
depending on the number of players.
Sure.
But if you play it with two or three times, you will play it in 30 minutes. And it has in this kind of depth the game has, you will not necessarily get in 30 minutes. So this is
Yeah,
kind of a
that's
special thing. in the
We
game,
like
so.
we like that
so-
depth for the time allotted. That's
Yes.
really nice.
So you,
Now you've got an expansion already. So this is 2 of the major attractions that are 2 of the same
it's
one.
the front and the back.
Okay,
So this is
right.
the
Ferris wheel.
yeah, and it works like the others.
Yeah.
It's just a squared one.
Yes.
So this
So
is
different shape instead of these
yeah,
long,
exactly.
thin
And
ones.
so you can remove one and put this instead inside of the game. So this also corresponds a little bit with something which is also a little detailed rules. I have not talked about all the rules in the game, but
Right.
Sure.
you can also do things like building a square like this.
Yeah.
And if you have something like this, you have an extra income because you have a special point of an attraction.
Oh,
and all
okay.
4 corners something.
Oh, so that
Oh.
gives
So
you
you get extra
a bonus.
2 points every round. So.
Nice.
So
Okay.
this corresponds
So-
a little bit with that. So
A couple little development elements like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, Michael, thank you very much. Michael Schacht, Coney Island from Argentum Verlag. And we're looking forward to playing the game.
Yes, we
Thank
are.
you so
Yay.
much.
Thank
Looks
you.
great.
you're welcome.